Okay, shall we start? Shall we start the class?
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Shall we proceed?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. कल तुम्हारा छुट्टी है क्या? 26th?
पता नहीं सर.
Okay. अगर छुट्टी होगा तो आज का क्लास हो सकता है तुम्हारा लास्ट क्लास होगा. Then you will go for exam, right?
Yes.
So I have already submitted the question paper. On 30th, right? Or on 28th you have exam?
Say 29.
29th, right? So I don't want to discuss a new chapter. You just read two stories. It will help you out. I have given question from two stories only, short and long questions. And this time I have not I had not made difficult questions. If you read and understand the story, and
Sir, only Ranga's marriage will come.
Ranga's marriage as well as we are
not able to do. Yes, both sir.
Sir, unseen
Both.
passage is there.
No, unseen passage is not there. And very direct questions. Direct questions, but you have to remember all the lines. For example, on what date they have seen the black cloud on
Yes, sir.
just like that. Or question may come, who who have given which information to whom. That would be there in the direct answer would be there in the book, right? Somebody would have given one information to somebody else, or someone would have given some stuff to rescue themselves up. So who have given that stop, or what the stop is given by whom, or who has taken the stop. That's just like that. But direct question, but until unless you have gone through line by line, understand as well as remember, you cannot answer. If you have remember, I hope 1 minute, let me check. तमर एठी के हैक हैक करि परिबन तरे मु एबे जदि मु क्वेश्चन काडी देखिबे तमे देखि परिबो सेपटे के हैकर फेकर के अछो करे माने मु जस्ट क्वेश्चन काडी देखिबे कोथली त मोबाइल रे नाही तो नहले डिस्कशन कर दबा किछि ये नहीं. हां हाँ कौन कहती मु I was talking about the way question will come. It would be like simple question. And one more thing, some question may come to prove or to justify or to what is your view or what is your opinion of writers. What is your view on writer's thought, or what is your take? What is your take from the chapter? This kind of question may come, right? Do you have? Do you want anything to ask with respect to question answer, with respect to exam? From exam point of view, if you have any question? Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, any doubt, any query?
sir, once more you explain in short the chapter We Are Not Afraid to Die.
Okay, summary, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so this is a story written uh, to make the young generation, upcoming generation, strengthen in their thoughts when they face difficulties, as well as, in other word, I can say, when they face death as well. If they face death in front of them, then as well they can rescue out of it. Then as well they can fight and they can get uh, get out of the context, out of the situation. For that purpose, the story is being taught or given. It is all about of group members, family members with crewmen fought and own the hazardous condition, as well as the skill which was shown in the difficult time by cook, garden cook, was expressed in the story. The family of garden cook, as well as the supporting staff, crewmen, just like the war, we can say water war or war of the waves, especially in 1976, in the month of July, they faced and they overcome. This is all about it. And in the story, family members, namely Mary, the wife, and the brave son, small but brave son Jonathan, and Sujane as well, one of the confident and we can say brave girl. They started the journey. That was a family journey. That was a voyage, duplicate after 200 years. They started the journey from Polymouth. You can say Plymouth or Polymouth. That is a part of England. Polymouth is in England. To create the second one, to duplicate after 200 years, which was successfully completed, successfully done by James Cook. And here they started the journey by the ship which they have created. They have created by exports. And when they started the journey, they have taken two supporting staff, supporting members, crewmen, as we discussed in the last class, Vigil, and Herb Sailor. And the name of the ship was Wave Wave Walker. Wave Walker means which can walk over the wave. With that perspective, they have given the name to the ship, Wave Walker. And in the question paper, I have submitted the word Wave Walker, W-A-V-E-W-A-L-K-E-R, Wave Walker, but I have left L. Don't, when you write, you have to put L just before K. Like I have written, but by typing mistake, W-A-K-E-R, I have written Wave Walker, W-A-L-K-E-R. It has to be W-A-L-K-E-R. So they have named the ship Wave Walker. And they have entered into the deep sea ocean that is called as South Indian Ocean, which is considered as one of the roughest critical place. And you have to remember this one, right? The first leg they have taken. The first take they have taken was wonderful, pleasant. They made it successfully. They didn't have any kind of, they didn't face any gale or any obstacle, any problems. They didn't face any problem in that. But on the second day, they have started the second leg, second step, and they have started witnessing or encountering storms, especially gales and heavy waves, windstorms. They started encountering. But in the first step, in the first leg, they didn't face any problem. And when they started the second step, second leg, the narrator faced two things. One is gale as well as waves. Mane pabana as well as waves, waves of the water, waves of the sea. But gales didn't make him harassed, suppressed, and he was not afraid of gales, but he was afraid of waves, because waves were very, that was very height, and it is written it was for 15 meters, 15 meters above from the main mast. Main mast, as I said, main mast is the biggest stick which is connected and which creates balance in the ship. And you need to remember the date, 25th December. The ship reached in Southern Indian Ocean. That was about 3,500 kilometers to the east Cape Town. Cape Town is a place of South Africa. They celebrated what is called as 25th December. 25th December is all about what is called as Christmas Day. They have they had a Christmas tree. They celebrated, and they have celebrated, they have welcomed the new year as well in the ship. But on 2nd of January, there was a problem. There was a change in size of the waves, and weather got changed on 2nd of January. That means up to 1st of January, a bit situation was fine. But on 2nd of January, the problem started. That was little different. And that was the wave was changing the movement of the ship and interrupting the movement of the ship as well as speed of the ship. When there was an interruption to make themselves escaped, they thought that there is a need of preparation to get rid of the condition, get rid of the situation, get rid of the atrocious weather or condition. They have gone for life raft drill. Life raft drill. Raft drill means to escape themselves in the sea. Put on few dresses as well as mentally preparation mentally how to escape. That is all about life raft drill. Drill means one kind of practice they have gone for, and they have used lifeline boats, life jackets, and at 6 in the evening, there was a big explosion, right? Shook the wave worker, and the writer was thrown to the ship. In that there is a word that is called as overboard. Overboard means he was thrown out. He was thrown out into the deep sea, deep water. But fortunately, there was another wave, right, which made the ship upright. Upright means thick. The writer was thrown back again to the deck, one of the part, okay, the upper part of the ship. He got hit, but in spite of thinking of injuries he had, he wanted to tackle the condition, handle the condition, and help the family out from the critical condition. At the very same time, 2 crewmen supporting them by pumping in the ship. That means when the first wave came, he was overboard, he was in the ship, and when the second wave came, it was upright of the ship, and he went into the ship. He got hit, he got injuries, but he was not thinking of it. He wanted to settle down. He wanted to handle the condition, take out of the ship from the critical juncture, critical condition. At the very same time, 2 crewmen, Herb and Laurie, supported them out. by the help of taking the water out by the help of the pump from the ship. And the author somehow managed to cover the holes which was created on the right side of the ship. And critically, unfortunately, they got few pumps that was not functioning. And they got one pump that is electric pump that was short circuited. But luckily, he got another pump which was working, which was in a good condition. Entire night, because at 5 and 6, they got heat by the wave, and the problem started in the evening. That means from 5 to 6 to the next morning, they were working. What they were working? They were pumping. They were taking the water out from the ship. So they were doing three things, especially in the night. What they were doing? If question will come, you have to write. They were pumping, steering, and repairing. Repairing means there were some holes. They were trying to repairing it out, as well as steering. Steering means giving movement to the ship, as well as pumping, taking out water from the ship. And very importantly, they have done one thing. They have given message, message. They have given message through radio, radio signals. That is which is called as Mayday calls. But unfortunately, they didn't get any positive response from any officials, any local authorities, or any government, because they are in the very deep sea, and they have it was not surprising them. They thought that yes, obvious, because we are totally out of the city, out of the country. We are in the deep sea, so nobody can reach us. At the very same time, what he has done to rescue themselves up, he checked the map. Check the map. And here what happened? Their children, Sui and John, they got injured, but fortunately, they were not afraid to die. And if they die together, they had no problem. And at the very same time, there was a swelling on the head of Sui, and she got a deep injury. But after having that injury as well, they didn't make their father's moral down. They said that we are not afraid of dying. They have shown their courage. After a long try, they have reached Amsterdam, Ili Amsterdam, one of the islands, volcanic island, where 28 inhabitants were there to receive them, welcome them to the island. Finally, after a hard try, after a hard time, they reached the island. island they reached, and 28 inhabitants were welcoming them. And the summary, if we talk about the story, it is all about collective power of a family, collective power of a unity, collective power of any group. If the group or a person face the death as well in front of him or in front of her or in front of the group, if there is confidence, it can be shutted out, it can be solved, and the one can be get rid of the problems. So that is the moral of the story. Were you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think most of the parts you have understood, and very importantly, remember the dates. Okay, very importantly, remember the places. Remember the names. Remember the time as well. Then whose role was what? What the one was doing at what condition? It has to be remembered. Yes, any more question? Very good question. Who has asked? I don't know. Here a question पचारथला. Anybody else? Any thing we must be supposed to discuss?
All clear, sir.
All clear? Here all clear pela. Aditya Sahu.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Moral probability देखिथिबो. सुनो स्टोरी टा पढिबो दुईटा फलसे पढिबो तार मोरल कोन आउटकम कोन तमरो तमे तार कान बुझिछो कि तम पय कोन मेसेज दोची मो सेमति पचार थाई पारे बुझि परछो कोन
Yes,
मेसेज
sir.
तमको से द स्टोरी देला माने पढि देला बुझि देला मन रखि देला तापर तमे टिके सोशल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू तम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू
Yes,
टिके
sir.
ताको ओके स्टोरी टा सपोज फॉर यू व्हाट इज द इंपैक्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी लेके दगा फॉर द स्टोरी impacted me a lot because in the story, for example, the father, even though he got a wife with him or two children, he didn't he faced the death, but he got hit, he got injuries, but without caring the injuries, without caring the other things, he wanted to rescue them out. He faced the death, but he didn't die because of his confidence and the continuous struggle and effort from the family. So I got to know that if a family will fight together to suppress or to fight any disappointment, the family can do it, or I can do it. This is the message it is given to me. बुझी पाइलो?
Yes, sir. Sir, आप ये माने छोटो करी ये कह देबे कि माने कोन मोरल टा छै स्टोरी रो
माने मोरल सुनो मु कहूची मु जस्ट एग्जांपल देली मु केबे कोन सी जो जिंस क्लास रे डिस्कशन करे सेटा केबे क्वेश्चन आसीची?
नो सर.
केबे आसी नथिबो मु एग्जांपल गोटे देली माने एई टाइप रो आसी पारे जति
Yes,
मोरल
sir.
आसीला जति छोटो कहबो सुनो एमति लिखिबो सुनो
मु कहली
तीनटा ले
सर जमती जमती की माने मोरल जमती आउथर टिके माने कहि देबे कि से जो स्टोरी
मु कहि
मोरल
दोची जे सपोज व्हाट इज योर टेक व्हाट द स्टोरी taught you कि what you learned from the story मु दुईटा तीनटा लाइन रे कहूची कहबी तो ना मोरल ही कहबी
कि तीन लाइन
Okay. In this story, the father struggled a lot. He faced the death, got the injury, but he overcome it. It symbolizes a person's confidence and support of the family can rescue or can get rid of any kind of problems. So I, as an individual, or we as a family, if we fight any problems, we can get rid out of it. Chapter line bata hobo. बुझ पाइला बुझी पाइला ना नहीं
Yes, sir.
बुझी पाइला हाँ जदि मोरल कथा कहबो सेमती मोरल सेम जिंस मोरल how a human or a society can get rescued from the difficulties, or how unity or continuous effort leads to success.
Yes, sir.
That is being written in the story, that is being told in the story. ताको टिके लंबे चढ़े कहला टिके स्टोरी गुडा लेखिया दरकार केमती केमती फेसेस सन कले बट he overcome, they rescued from the condition, from the situation, that would have been written there. हमर ये नहीं कि राजी विश्वजित नहीं
अच्छा सर विश्वजित
का किछि क्वेश्चन पचारनो
नहीं सर नहीं पळेला बोली
हां नले से तो पचरिया कथा पचारने
आज्ञा सर
कुआडे पळेला सासु घर पळेला कि
डाकिदेबी सर तो डाकिदेबी कि
सासु घर पळेला कि
ना नहीं सर से कटि जाइथे बोली मु तो सर डाकी दोछि सर
हां यस अनसीन कोन के सर अनसीन पैसेज इज देयर और नॉट नो अनसीन पैसेज ता नहीं सोरणिका पात्र अनसीन पैसेज मु देनी मु बारंबार कहूची मु दीटा पाठर ही देछि रे दीटा चैप्टर जो हम पढिले डिस्कशन करले ऑनलाइन रे से दीटा पाठर बेसिकली क्वेश्चन आंसर भी देछि दैट टू चैप्टर उ देछि हला चैप्टर माने हां
अनसीन पैसेज पढिन
नहीं अनसीन पैसेज नहीं
ठीक है सर
और कुछ किछि ग्रामर फ्रामर किछि भी नहीं अनसीन पैसेज नहीं कि ग्रामर भी नहीं
नहीं सर
हला
ओनली चैप्टर सर तो
हां दीटा चैप्टर जोटा ऑनलाइन में दीटा चैप्टर नहीं पढि छे
ठीक है सर ए जो
हां
वी आर डाई हाउ रंगास मैरिज
रंगास मैरिज
ठीक है सर थैंक यू सर
ओके
आपन जरा पुरी जी
हां जरा टिके हेछि आ जरा जरा कोन छाडुची कौन पचारे रे स्वरणिका पिनप्रिक्स माने छोटो छोटो जगह से पूरा पढुना सेटा पिनप्रिक्स अर्थ होची छोटो किंतु से ये लाइन टा लिखि दियो स्वरणिका पात्र से लाइन टा लिखि दियो बुझे देबी यस स्वरणिका पात्र किंतु क्रिएटिव अछि क्रिएटिव ब्रेन ता स्वरणिका रो हां कोन एनी क्वेश्चन
देयर
हां कोन
समकली की विश्वजित अछि
ओके ओके अच्छी से नहीं
ना सर अच्छे सर अच्छे सर नु
तो नथिला कोन जानि भी ऑनलाइन क्लास हम कोन जानिनु ना
सर मु थिली सर
सटा
अरे
ऑडियो
सर थिली
सुनतला त
ऑडियो टा सर ऑन कर दियो नथला सर नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम क्लास रे तो अछि सर, रिकॉर्डिंग रे भी देखले सब क्लास रे अछि।
हाँ मु pinpricks कहଥିଲି छोटो ये our only hope was to reach these pinpricks in the vast ocean माने ସେମାନେ गोटे एक्चुअली आइलैंड भी नुह सेटा आइलैंड टा माने टिके आइलैंड भी टिके हेवी प्लेस एमाने जोठी पहुंचिले पर बहुत आइलैंड रो मध्ये छोटो ओके सो सेमाने सेमानक पाखरे दीटा ये थिला जे सेमाने बोधे 15 नॉट एग्जैक्टली तो पढि देबो बोधे 15 आवर्स सेमाने रेस्क्यू कर जायथिले आउ तांको पहुंचवा पे बहुत बाट थिला तो नियर अबाउट few hours they can save आउ ता आगु को से they cannot the babybacker cannot be saved definitely they are going to die that was very much sure to them so पूरा confident ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲେ ଯେ ମରି ଯିବେ after few hours ତେଣୁ they thought which will save them out ସେମାନେ रेडियो मेसेज देले ହେଲା माने मेड ए कॉल देले there was no response जदि रिस्पांस हेले बच जिबे रिस्पांस माने कोन मेड ए कॉल टा कोन कि सपोज जदि गोटे शिप जाउची यदि तार किछ अघटन हैला से गोटे कॉल दबो कॉल देले कोन हो संगे संगे से शिप को बचेवा पई आ गोटे शिप को गवर्नमेंट बा तांको अथॉरिटी बा तांको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को पठाए जेमति तमे टाइटैनिक मूवी देखि दिबो टाइटैनिक मूवी रे जते बेले से माने मेडे कॉल देले मेडे कॉल रीच हला किंतु सेठी के कोनसी ये जाई कि पहुंचला नाही काहे कि बाय थिंकिंग टाइटैनिक ता सेते बेले रो सेही टाइम रो सबुठारु बिगर सबुठारु कॉस्टली और सबुठारु माने कोन कहबा गोटे लग्जरियस दमदार शिप थिला तेनु टाइटैनिक रो कॉल को कोनसी लोक बिलीव करले नाही जेतु से पाखरे आ गोटे जहाज जे थिला से जहाज जाई कि टाइटैनिक को रेस्क्यू करि परथांता किंतु से जहाज सेठी पहुंचला नहीं by which most of the माने कोन people they lost their life तो एठी एमानकर प्रथम होपटा से माने हारि जाई चंदी they have given the made the call there was no response टाइटैनिक कॉल रो रिस्पांस माने से माने सुनिले but they did reach by thinking that how Titanic would be in problem in trouble it would be a wrong message or it would be a wrong call and here what happened they have given the call but there was no reach they did get the response jetale reach paile nahi that means they have another point out that is all about they need to have a island jodi island jodi pai jibe seti nei ki se mane tankara yeta ko se mane ye ko rakhi debe right so there was only hope of pinpricks बुझी पारलो आउ थरे मु कोची से if they want to rescue save their lives there was only hope of pinpricks माने छोटो जगह which is called as island is the only hope which can save them out that is the meaning of pinpricks बुझी पारलो yes any more question और कौन क्वेश्चन रे ominous silence माने गोटे if something is bad is going to happen we are completely silent that silence is called as ominous silence माने गोटे छानिया टाइप रो हे कि हम चुपचाप रहि जिबा ओके with pin drop silence but something bad is going to happen and something happened and because of that we are silent that is ominous silence बुझी पारलो ominous silence माने देखो मो एग्जांपल दोची तुम एग्जाम देचो एग्जाम रे किछि लेखिनो रिजल्ट देखिया को तुम बापा तुम कॉलेज को आछंती देयर वाज अ पिन ड्रॉप साइलेंट जो कोन हबो से बता गाली करबे कोन यू विल बी स्पीचलेस हां गोटे किछि गोटे हबो गोटे से गाली करबे कि बाडेबे कि कोन सो दैट इज वन काइंड ऑफ साइलेंस silence, something bad is going to happen. Okay, actually one example deli ethi kon hechi mane kichu gote aghaton habo. Okay, kichu gote something bad is going to happen, so because of that they were silent. That is called as ominous silence in the story, right? Yes, any more question? Yes, any more question?
No, sir.
So ବୁଝିଗଲ ତାହେଲେ 35 out of 30, 35 out of 35 କଣ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ?
ଦେଖିବା sir.
ହଉ ଦେଖିବା କହିଲ, ମତେ ଲାଗିଲା ନିଶ୍ଚୟ।
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ। ठीक है।
ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ନାହିଁ?
सर चैप्टर माने ओवरऑली चैप्टर टा ଟିକେ ବୁଝିଗଲା।
ହଁ ଟିକେ ପଢିଦିଅ, ଶୁଣ ଟିକେ ପଢିଦିଅ। ମୁଁ କେତେ ବୁଝେଇଲେ ବି until unless ତମେ ଯଦି ପଢିନ ବୁଝିପାରିବ ନାହିଁ। ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଚାପ୍ଟର ଆମେ ଡିସ୍କସନ କଣ ଥିଲା କହିଲ? ବହୁତ ଡାଉଟ ଥିଲା। ପରେ କିନ୍ତୁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ମୁଁ ଯାହା ଦେଇଥିଲି ତମେ ଭଲ କରିଥିଲ। ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ବୋଧେ ଦିନେ ଦି ଦିନ ପଢିଥିବ ଯାଇକି, ରାଇଟ୍? ମୁଁ ବୁଝେଇଦେଲି ତମକୁ ଓଭରାଲି, ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଯାଇକି ଭଲସେ ପଢ, ଅବଭିୟସଲି ବୁଝି ହବ, ଏତେ କ୍ରିଟିକାଲ ନାହିଁ ଷ୍ଟୋରି। ସମରୀ ବି ତ ଆଜି ମୁଁ କହିଥିଲି, ତାର ମୋରାଲ ବି ଆଜି କହିଦେଇଛି। ଠିକ ଅଛି, ତାହେଲେ that's it for the day। ନା କିଛି ୱାର୍ଡ ଫର୍ଡ ମିନିଂ କିଛି ଯଦି ଦରକାର ଅଛି ପଚାର, ନହେଲେ ମେସେଜରେ ଲେଖ। କି କୋଉ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସ ଟା ଲେଖିଲ, ଲେଖିକି ପଠାଅ। ଏ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସ ର ମିନିଂ ବୁଝିପାରୁନ? Yes,
So no more doubts.
okay then. Okay, that's it for the day then. Go
Thank
read.
you, sir.
Okay then, welcome. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. कौन question करे? Thank you.